It's another beautiful day in paradise. Oh my gosh. I am so tired. I am exhausted. It's yet another week in quarantine. Cool. Looks like everything's up and running for the live stream. I hope you guys can hear me all right. I hope everybody is hanging in there. It is Friday, right around noon, in the beautiful, wonderful Pacific Northwest. It is May 1st, May Day, which I don't even know what May Day is, but we're celebrating May Day, so why the heck not? Looks like we've already got a couple of folks dropping into the stream. So welcome to the live stream. This is number 25 of live streaming while we're in quarantine, lockdown, all that good stuff. You guys have heard the spiel if you've seen these live streams before. You know what's going on. I'm here. Now, I had an interesting thing happen to me just about an hour and a half ago where I was wondering what I was going to have for lunch, and then I get a text from my mother saying that she's going to stop by my house to drop off treats because it's just been so long since she's seen me. I was like, well, okay. Problem solved. So, my mother stopped by and gave me some fresh baked brownies and some fresh baked. Ooh, still warm. Oh my goodness! Look at this stuff. This is some of her special banana bread. Nice crumb on top. Oh my god, that is incredible. This looks like dessert banana bread. Do I have any utensil to like actually eat this with? I don't know. I think I neglected to bring a utensil to spread stuff with, but I wanted to see how this banana bread might go with some Biscoff or some Nutella. So I guess the moral of the story is today, for lunch, I'm having homemade baked goods from my very lovely mother. It was a little bit strange that, she sent me a text, said she was going to be swinging by my place. And she said that if I was out or busy that I just shouldn't answer the door. But I was like, I'm in quarantine. What the heck do you think is going on? So I hear the doorbell ring. And I looked through the peephole, and I didn't see her. Like, I didn't see anybody standing outside my door. And then I opened the door, and she was, like, standing 30 feet back. Like, hello, practicing social distancing. I was like, what are you doing? Get over here. I'll risk the coronavirus to give my mother a hug. So, it was a lovely little visit from family. And she lives maybe 45 minutes or an hour away from me, so it's a little bit out of the way, but it's still kind of cool that I get to visit my parents when it's convenient. It's kind of a double-edged sword living that close to your parents, though, because it's like, it's nice to be able to see them whenever it's convenient and whenever you want to, but it's a little bit inconvenient that they also like assume that means that you should see them all the time, which is. As an adult living that close to parents. Oh my goodness. We've already got a couple of folks in the chat. Welcome everybody. Mr. Bad Guy 81 says hi from Italy. How's it going, man? I hope you're doing all right. I hope Italy's doing all right. It's from America. The news that I hear about Italy is that it's pretty bad. So you'll have to let me know if, I don't know, the sky is on fire, if there's looting in the streets, or if it's just, more of the same. I'm having a heck of a time getting this stuff out of this pan. Come on. Oh my goodness. Did I not cut this thing well enough, or what? There we go. Super dense, super crumbly. Moving on. Eric Gunnarsson asking if I'm dieting today. No way, man. Yeah, I transformed that whole bunch of nothing into some wonderful home-baked goods. Frederique says, yo, yo, how's it going, bud? Yeah, live stream was okay. Audio is perfect. Thanks, Mr. Bad Guy. Thanks for that. Frederick says, Jesus Christ. No, actually, I'm Steve, but I get that. Some people mix that up a little every now and then. MJC says, hello, Steve. Hello, guys. Good to see you, man. Frederick, your mom is the MVP. Yeah, she's pretty great. I think my mom's pretty cool. My mother was born and raised in the South, so she was always great at making just like all those extremely decadent Southern dishes that you always hear about. Like, oh gosh, some of my favorites. Sauce piquante was probably my favorite dish of hers, which is, chicken and rice with this amazing, like, spiced, it's almost like poached chicken with these amazing spices, the spiced sauce. It's just absolutely delicious. But she was always good with like jambalaya and pecan pie and all the southern favorite stuff like that. Eric Gunnarsson, you must be a great son. I like to think so. I hope so. Yeah, I think for a while my parents were a little bit disappointed that maybe just a skosh disappointed that my two older siblings didn't graduate from college immediately after high school. So when I went off to college with this very pragmatic idea of getting an engineering degree, which is not really something that you go get because you have a passion for engineering, it's like they saw me as like the last hope of practicality, of maybe like continuing on a legacy of normalcy. So I like to think that I did right by them. AJAT, you say banana bread. I gotta tell you, man, just trying some of this stuff. Oh yeah. It's got this like cinnamon crumb on top with some, I think those are pecans actually, chopped pecans. And the bread itself is nice and dense and moist and banana-y. Oh, gosh. Anna says she missed you. Well, she did miss me for a while. Then she came and visited, so I was very happy to see her. Frederique, I feel like you, man. I'm in a similar situation. But I try my best to remind myself that I have to cherish those precious moments with my parents. Especially if they make you brownies. Yeah, nothing like stopping by to drop off a couple of brownies. I mean, this stuff is so rich. There is no way I'm going to be able to eat too many pieces of this banana bread. Biscoff. This is something that folks in Europe might be actually a little bit more familiar with. Biscoff cookie butter. Biscoff cookies, kind of known as like the I think they're advertised as like the airplane cookies or something like that, because you usually get them if you fly Lufthansa or something like that. They've become a little bit more common stateside in the last couple of years, but this cookie butter stuff is absolutely delicious. I mean, it blows Nutella out of the water, way better. I don't have anything to spread it with, so I'm gonna use my finger. Oh, it's so good. It's very hard to describe what Biscoff tastes like. The Biscoff cookie butter. Like, it's a little bit spiced with some cinnamon, but it's very sweet. And it just tastes very good. So let's try this banana bread with a little bit of Biscoff spread on it. Guys. Seriously, guys. I think I have reached nirvana. Oh my goodness, that is incredible. That is incredible. Extra creaminess of the Biscoff spread on top of that banana bread that's already like top notch. Ziwoo. says, hey, Steve. Moving on. Say, is there banana in banana bread? Of course there's banana in banana bread. I mean, it's basically like the thing that you make if you have really super old bananas that you don't know what to do with. So if you like let bananas age until the peels are just super, super old, then you mash up those bananas and kind of use that as like a liquid replacement for making bread. It's very delicious. Says you haven't been out of your house for a whole month already. I feel like licking my peanut butter jar. I don't know if those two statements are related, but I totally hear you, man. Mr. Bad Guy says, here in Italy, we're just switching from total lockdown to the so-called phase 2. We had a lot of deaths in the percentage respect to the total number of cases. We'll see in the next few days. Yeah, it is kind of touch and go in America as well. I'm hoping that things are gonna like lighten up a little bit with the lockdown. There was news the other day of I'm sure everybody's interested in like hearing the company finance calls and financial reports and stuff like that. But I heard that Elon Musk and Tesla has really been suffering because of this. And Elon Musk just went off on how a quarantine and a lockdown, like a government suggested lockdown, government mandated lockdown stuff is completely fascist. And on one hand, like I kind of understand where he's coming from, because I'm sure the dude is losing, millions of dollars a day because of this, but fascist, I don't know about that. I can still go outside and go to the grocery store. It doesn't feel like a fascist state to me. AJAT says, it's a great pairing. Strawberry and banana. You should try that banana bread with strawberry jam. Yeah, I think that would be delicious. Get some extra fruit on there. I could see that. That'd be pretty good. Anna says, Biscoff cookies are so yummy. Yeah, they are. Oh my gosh. I mean, they're so good. That's like one of the things that I look forward to. One of the few things that I look forward to with airline travel nowadays is I get one or two of those little packets of Biscoff cookies. Mr. Bad Guy, you say you've never seen Biscoff spread in Italy. Oh my goodness, you are missing out, man. Yeah, if you can find this stuff, just Lotus brand Biscoff cookie butter. For people who are stateside or in Canada, I think they have a knockoff Trader Joe's shop. It's called like Pirate Jacks or something like that. But yeah, the Trader Joe's cookie butter is also a pretty good comparison to Biscoff. Eric Gunnarsson, Biscoff? Nope, never heard of it. Oh man, you're missing out. You got to check it out. Biscoff. I don't really know where you can find this in grocery stores usually. Sometimes it's in like the peanut butter section. Sometimes it's in like the international food section. But if you've never had Biscoff cookie spread, like it's probably not something you should eat every day, but it is really nice to have a treat of it every now and then. Mm. Oh, it's so good. Ziwu asked, why did you scoop the Biscoff with your finger instead of the knife? Basically because I didn't want to get a bunch of Biscoff on the knife. And then I might have to wipe it off, which would then risk cutting it. And of course, scooping stuff out of jars with fingers is entertaining, and it's funny, and it's silly. And I hope people were entertained by that lighthearted moment. Oh my gosh. Moving on, Frederique, you ask, have I ever tried, I don't know if that's Vacon? You'll have to let me know what the pronunciation on those are. But no, I have not tried those. I'd have to look them up, see if I can get them on Amazon or something like that. I honestly have not, even though I live like an hour away from Canada, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe like 90-minute drive away from Canada. It's been a long time since I've been to Canada. I would like to get to British Columbia, to Vancouver, Victoria, do a bunch of food challenges up there eventually. Hopefully once all this stuff lifts up. And I think like holiday of this year, I should have a little bit more time on my hands. So I think it'd be cool to, get up to Canada and do a bunch of food challenges up there. Elena, welcome to the chat. Thanks for dropping in. You ask if I have tried matcha mochi bubble tea. Well, I have had bubble tea before. I have had mochi, and I have had matcha, but I don't think I've had all three of those combined into one. So, matcha, I'm a little bit on the fence about. I don't really like the kind of raw tea flavor of matcha, but mochi and bubble tea are both pretty amazing. So, I'd definitely be willing to give it a shot. Sounds like the kind of thing that would be a decent pick-me-up for lunch. If you need a little bit of that caffeine from matcha, and you wanted some mochi tea. Mr. Bad Guy says, Microsoft Cup, lol. Yeah. You know I'm repping my my company. Yeah, I don't think Microsoft needs a pump from me, but I'll say they're a pretty cool company. I don't mind working at Microsoft at all. AJT, Trader Joe's rules. Best place for raw almonds, salted almond butter, and organic strawberry jams and oranges. Yeah, or Trader Joe's is kind of an interesting place. Like, if you see it from the outside, you'd think it would be this, like, expensive hipster place, but, like, all the prices in it are pretty reasonable. It's a great place to get organic food, organic nuts, organic produce, stuff like that. I like Trader Joe's. Let's see. Frederique, by the way, I have checked the anechoic chamber. Looks phenomenal. Looks straight from a Halo game. Must be cool to speak in there, but please, no ASMR. Yeah, that would be, oh my gosh. I mean, I have to go on this little tangent about, well, first of all, I want to try this brownie. Homemade brownies from my mother. She said that they have milk chocolate, white chocolate, and chopped pecans in them. So just like a little bit of everything. And yep, just like I imagine, they are god dang delicious. Oh my goodness. Oh, Frederique, you said I pronounced it properly. Yes. Canada will always welcome me. Well, I don't think they're going to welcome me today, but yeah, if I went up to the border, I don't know how if I'd be able to cross right now, but yeah, I've been to Canada before. Went and did Ironman Vancouver, maybe? I think it was Ironman Vancouver a couple of years ago. I had a lot of fun in that city. But yeah, the anechoic chamber, like, if you look at it, it looks like a very strange thing, and it's really difficult to describe the experience of standing inside of an anechoic chamber, because, like, I remember the guy that was giving us a little tour mentioned that every now and then he and his coworkers would challenge each other to try to lay down in the anechoic chamber with no lights and just see how long they could last in there. Because it's like, if you're standing alone in a dark room, you can almost feel like the air pressure on your inner ear or something like that gives you signals that you know that you're in this enclosed space. But if you took that same experience, complete sensory deprivation where you're not hearing anything, you turn out all the lights, or I guess in this case, you go out in the middle of the night into an open field, then it's like you're almost able to sense that you're in an open field and you're not in an enclosed space. So you can almost like have this extra sensory perception. Like it's very difficult to describe, but that's what it's like in an anechoic chamber. Is you turn out the lights and it feels like you're in an open field, like you're not in an enclosed space. And if you stay in an anechoic chamber for long enough, you start to get a little bit dizzy, and you almost feel like you're a little bit drunk. Yeah, so these guys were talking about how every now and then they'll, challenge each other with like a 6-pack to have a couple of drinks and just sit in the anechoic chamber and see who has to like bail the first. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, just like talking with people inside of an anechoic chamber, it's a very bizarre experience. If you ever happen to have the chance to check one out, I highly encourage it. Ooh, pardon me. Eric Gunnarsson says you are welcome to visit Sweden and try some surströmming. I don't even know what that is, but I would be happy to try it. I'm always happy to try everything at least once. But most things. Let's get your head out of the gutter. Frederique says, if you like Little Debbie's, you'll absolutely like the fashion treats. Yeah, I'll definitely check them out. Manic Tricks Woods said, Steve, where's the 20-pound salad challenge coming up in a video that I haven't even imagined yet, but I'm sure it's going to come up eventually. Mm. There's a little bit of glare there. There you go. That's easy to see. So, I've mentioned this a couple of times. Maranatha Caramel Almond Butter. Again, it's another one of these things that I think is even better than Nutella. And it's something that you really don't see too often. Like, I see Maranatha every now and then. You know, you can find it pretty commonly in grocery stores and stuff like that. But I don't see this caramel almond butter too often. So it's another one of those things that, like, if I see it on the grocery store shelves, I'll definitely pick up 1 or 2 jars. Very, very delicious. It is all artificial flavors. Not artificial flavors. I think it might be natural flavors, actually. Yeah, it says it has natural caramel flavors. So I don't think that this is made with actual caramel. Well, then again, it does have non-fat dry milk, palm oil, and evaporated cane sugar, which are basically the 3 ingredients that you would need to make caramel. So maybe this does have actual caramel in it. It does have a very strong, like, caramel scent to it. Ooh, it's a little bit gummy. Despite that, yeah, despite that, Maranatha Caramel Almond Butter. That's another one of those things that if you do see it, like, you gotta check it out, gotta try it. It is even better than it sounds. And I think it has significantly less sugar than cookie butter or Nutella. But somehow it just tastes exactly as sweet to me. Mm. Oh my gosh. A little bit of caramel on that. And that caramel butter definitely has a strong caramel flavor. I think that might be even better than the Biscoff spread. It is so, so good. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Eric Winokur says, hey Steve, have you tried Krispy Kreme strawberry glazed and strawberry cream filled yet? I have not. Those sound really delicious too. I could imagine if they have like a little bit of like strawberry and cream flavor, that would be pretty dang good. I did have those strawberry glazed, I think they were Hostess donuts earlier this week. So I could imagine if they were at least that good. Hopefully they're at least that good. And they'd be pretty dang good. Since we've been on lockdown, I haven't actually visited a donut shop. So maybe that's something I could do in the future. Who knows? Frederique, whoa, that's cool. AJAT, I might have given away in the chat that I love berries. Top favorites include strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, schnozberries, cranberries, and blackberries. One of those might not belong. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the AJT. Yeah, I think berries are absolutely wonderful. They're very underappreciated in my opinion. Like some macerated berries or something like that, just by themselves, or maybe with a little bit of whipped cream, is a wonderful dessert in my opinion. EJ says, Happy Friday, Steve. What sweets are you indulging on today? Home-baked stuff, man. I had a visit from my mother, of all people. I guess my mother still loves me, and I still love her. And she dropped off some fresh-baked banana bread and fresh-baked brownies for me, so it was lovely to see her, and I'm forever grateful for the things that she does for me. Eric Winokur, schnozberries. Who's ever heard of a schnozberry? Oh, man, I don't know. Oh, that's a throwback. Oh, were schnozberries only in the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or was it in the Willy Wonka remake? I can't remember. I don't know. Maybe kids today just don't know what schnozberries are. AJAT says, we are the music makers and the dreamers of dreams. Gene Wilder and Willy Wonka. Oh, man. Yeah, Gene Wilder, he's a character. I gotta say, that original Willy Wonka was... or the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was an incredible movie. And Gene Wilder is pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, I like Johnny Depp. I think he plays a pretty crazy character every now and then. Like, have you ever seen Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? Or the Willy Wonka remake? He's pretty great, but I don't think anybody can beat Gene Wilder. Well, I had some Nutella here, but I don't think I even need it with my Biscoff spread and my Maranatha caramel butter. Oh my gosh. Well, that was an incredible lunch. I feel like I've got enough sugar and fat inside of me to keep me going for a good long time now. Picked up my spirits a little bit. I definitely feel a lot more energetic now that I've eaten all that sugar than I did 27 and a half minutes ago, since it looks like I've been going for almost half an hour now. So I hope everybody had a good week. I hope everybody stayed inside, stayed safe and healthy. I hope folks have some plans for the weekend. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Get a little bit of time off. Hopefully you're able to get out and get a little bit of sunshine. Whether it's, Pacific Northwest, East Coast, or over in Europe or Philippines or wherever you happen to be. Oh my gosh. But yeah, until next week, we're going to see how this quarantine thing shakes out. It's looking like we're going to have, I don't know, I guess the quarantine, gopher popped his head, or groundhog popped his head out of his hole, saw his shadow, went back in and set up 4 more weeks of quarantine. So we're going to keep on doing this for at least 4 more weeks. Oh my goodness. Like, part of me is completely fine with being inside and just live streaming every day for the rest of my life. And another part of me is like, I really want to go work in an office again, get my work PC out of my house so I don't even think about it. Instead of waking up and the first thing I see every morning is my workstation and all of my big monitors and I just want to get this out of my house so I can go a day without thinking about working again. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, that's enough rambling from me for today. No super in-depth topic like I've been trying to do lately for today. Just kind of wanted to check in with you guys. It's awesome to see you guys. I really appreciate everybody dropping in. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. And until next week, peace out. And I hope you guys have a good one.